Are we streaming? Is this thing on? Hello? Check, check. Should probably check this before I started. Bubbity beep, beep. Why not hear anything? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep, yep. I've got the that window open, that window open. It's all open. All right, we're making thumbnails. Yes, we managed to get into our own thing. How hop chip chip chop yep 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 chick 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 chickity 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 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 2 2
3, 2, 1.
Oosh. How's it going? Man, it's been a while. It's been a while. Been I was looking, it's like the 15th of March. It's like almost a month ago. It's like a month between streams. Yeah. Oh wait, I totally forgot that I do all these other things for these streams. I like record them on another computer and record the audio separately. Whoops. Just set that up real quickly. Yeah, man, been busy, been having to do work for them. I guess it's a good problem to have. You know, as far as problems go. What's the date today? We'll set up the audio. 4th 11 live. It's funny, I got the screen down here now, so I'm always a little engine update. I'll jump the gun. Okay, rolling on audio. Your stream's current bitrate is 30 kilobytes per second. It's higher than the recommended bitrate. Oh, did I set some crazy stream thing? Yeah, a bunch of jobs came in one after the other, and it was just like, we're doing this, and then we're doing this, and then we're doing this, and then we got to do this, and we got to do this one while we're doing this other one. It was just like, oh, I guess make hay while the sun shines. How's Goblin Madness? You still working on that? We recommend a bitrate of 6,800 kilobytes per second. What kind of madness is that? Also, do I have this thing on? I really, what if I do that? Okay. Is it going to break the stream?
System shut down.
Do. Oh yeah, there we are. Start recording. Alright, actually recording the stream now. Forgot to set all those, the old basics up. Forgot about the old basics. But that one artist got a new job. Oh no, not the assets. Boost this code size up a lot. Not the assets getting in the way. I get some serious programmer art going. Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, roger that. A solo guinea pig. Yeah, that's the one I was actually thinking of. Yes, sorry. I got confused with the goblins and the guinea pigs. That one's still going strong. Let's get the little pen tab going. We're gonna need some diagrams for this one, I think. Oh, why does it do this thing keeps bugging out? Oh, well. Oh yeah, good. Whoa, the Pentaveret. It's so laggy. I think it's because there's a thing plugged in. Oh, that's good. Away. Have you ever had like a USB hub that if you plug things in the wrong order, they interrupt one another? Like if you put a hard drive in after a mouse, then the mouse, or the other way around, the mouse just gets real weird. March 5th, picking up from stacks. Yeah. Managed to stay a little bit, like not fully on daisy chains, but stay like every spare moment that I could. Just keep building. He's back. He's back. Oh man, ironically, I've been sitting in this chair in front of this computer this whole time, just never able to break away. Nice. Who are going to be the guinea pigs that play it? You need some play guinea pigs. Yeah, since the last stream, I did a few things, but then after doing a few things, I had a minor. Yeah, nice. Had a minor. Oh, it currently is now. It's an itch demo. Is this something we need to check out? Had a small crisis, not a crisis, but a deep questioning. I got the game to this place, and every time I tried to do something with the graphics, I was struggling to know what was going on. And then I just had this crazy idea that I was actually doing like OpenGL stuff. Better learn OpenGL, and kind of starting to get like how the graphics stuff works a bit more. And then I had this crazy idea. I was like, why don't I just comment out Raylib? Just comment out Raylib. And find out what needs to be done to replace Raylib with a custom implementation. Oh yeah, I'll check it out. So yeah, I just like commented out Raylib. So a few things happened. A few things happened in a short amount of time. I thought there were like lots of different things that led to this. This may seem like dumb. What do you call it? Just being dumb and creating problems for yourself. But there was logic to it, I swear. Buddy-biddy-biddy-up. Let's get a new color. Something zesty. Or zesty orange, a yellow, a green. Yeah, what I'll do a little bit of I'll just ramble a little bit. So there was a C version of Daisy Trains, right? Foreshadowing. The C version is what we've been working on. And whoa, oh yeah, that's a button. With Raylib. And So this was what we got underway, and then things like load save of the levels. I was just like straight writing binary files down in like linear, like just write the grid and then each cell, and then when you had to load it back out, it had to come back. You couldn't change anything in these structures because then the file was just like useless, which was all good, but it wasn't very flexible. And then there was some like UI stuff. I was like, I kind of wanted to use IamGUI, but I couldn't, like, in order to get IamGUI working, you need to like send it into a C wrapper, and then you need to send that to Raylib. And these are like 1, 2, 3 separate libraries that you have to get working together, and I couldn't get it working basically. So I was like, IamGUI was just like not happening. And I was thinking about, oh, maybe I could use JSON for this or something. What in development? And then it was kind of like, oh, there's CJSON, which was like, I was looking at it like this, like reading the docs, going, oh yeah, yep, seems good. Oh yeah, I'm over the top of the thing. Yeah, and then there was like graphics. The graphics, like there's like OpenGL, the Raylib OpenGL, but you can access OpenGL directly, but it's kind of in this Raylib fashion. So it's got functions to do stuff, but I didn't really know what was going on. I'd be digging into Raylib going, oh, what's going on with this? And how would I do that? And every time I tried something, it would just like, if you got an error in the shader or something deep in Raylib wasn't working, and you just get no information out of it. Especially if Raylib's like a static lib, then it's just not, it's not easy to like just dive into things. Anyway, so the theory was the new paradigm to shift the idea in golden yellow. I was like, what if Raylib, we go Raylib and we just implement the bits of Raylib we need. So we sort of steal parts, or, you know, maybe we don't need to say steal. Maybe we port the parts of it that we need, which means we'll need OpenGL, and build a little simple OpenGL thing. We can use IamGUI for the UI. And then we can, and then I'm like, oh, we also want to, so I'm like, maybe we just go to like C++, and that way, but we keep it, we don't change any of the code. We don't go crazy and start making classes, and you know, we stay with the functional programming way with functions and processes and stuff. We don't put methods in it. We just do, but we use, because if we use OpenGL, we're going to need like GLM. And there's like over here, there's CGLM, but it's still like, you can't do maths on like vectors and things, which is like a lot of that. Well, there's quite a bit of that, and it's kind of annoying to have to write like vector 3 add and then put the 2 vectors you want in, rather than just, you know. Anyway, I digress. So this was theory. I was like, maybe I'll just give it a go. Just straight up comment out Raylib, and then just see how many functions actually need replacing. And yeah, it turns out it's a lot. But before that even happened, I made a branch, because this is basically where I got to with this version, with the C version, because there were a few other little things. In fact, I'll just make sure I think I was working on a laptop. Yes, of course, that doesn't. Yeah. Is this the one we need? Yeah. So we did have level loading and we had like stacks. But then I was like, now we can move things around, but we need ways to, in the original Daisy Trains, there was like stacks between levels, so they'd just sit like in this space. But I was like, oh, I want this to be an ocean or something. So I was like, maybe I'll mess with the idea of a port. So a port like connects to a stack and then has this little directional thing. The red boxes are like looking for stacks, and this one, it's hard to see, but it's green. And then that's the part off the stack. I mean, that's the, anyway. So I can select, oh yeah, I did have some debug going on. So it says port, when I hover it, it's a port not connected, and then I can connect it to that, and then it makes a little cargo ship that starts loading the cargo. And he drives over. It was kind of cool. It's very like a very weak implementation. They only go one way. You can't change the way they go at the moment. You can keep accidentally making more and more ships that go on top of each other, which is a bit funny. Yeah, and now you got like a way of transporting things across levels. So yeah, that was the boats. Oh, what's happening here? Is the keyboard dead? There it goes. Oh no. Oh, that's right. There were other things as well. So in this instance, where the train's like picking up from there and then dropping off, I built this whole thing where it's kind of silly, but these ones are, the top row is like what it takes in, and you can toggle them to say, if I turn that off, see, it won't drop off any more cargo. But if I say drop off blue, accepted, yeah, and then you can turn off these and say, hey, don't pick anything up from the station, only drop off. I think this is like not a good way of doing this in the game, but it was just a test kind of. But this is just the C. This is the old version. This is the old C version. I then spent, so this was 2 weeks ago, and then I spent like 10 days porting the whole engine from Raylib to custom to Genie, and rewriting like the renderer and whatnot. So there's no Genie. I mean, there's no Raylib no more. There's only the Genie precompiled headers with all the GLM stuff in there, GLFW for the windowing, and now like there's an actual platform initialization and model loading. And I gotta admit, like some of the stuff I sort of poached from Raylib would go on Raylib and reference it and be like, okay, how does Raylib do time? How does Raylib do all the keyboard state is sort of pinched from Raylib, so it goes through each of the keys and sets the state based on what's down from the GLFW callbacks and whatnot. There's a better logging system. It likes to cry about I'm GUI. I'm GUI's in there now. The models, this was like, I needed a lot of help with this from Copilot. I gotta admit, these like load load GLTF, this load GLTF function is like, it's like 600 or 700 lines of code just to load a model, and it's a little janky. But it works mostly. The renderer is like, does its own transformations and stuff, and then there's like built this like janky batch system, and then it goes in and there's actually a draw. This was the old renderer that used Raylib. Where did I even, oh yeah, there's a whole graphics. I ported all the drawing debug objects, the 3D objects, loading textures, image loading through STB image, debug shapes. A lot of this stuff was like, some of this is ported, this like pixel data size and all this stuff was sort of Raylib ported, and then there are these draw spheres, draw cube. And it was kind of cool because like each time something worked, it was like, okay, now I got to replace this function. All these commented out functions of like how to draw stuff. The one thing that I didn't get was I was like, I had Raylib up, and instead of I wasn't just copy pasting, I was actually writing out these like font loading functions and stuff. And I was like, dude, this is so in depth. It's getting like every character and building character atlases, and then I got to like the rendering part, and I was reading the code going, oh man, you know what? I'm just going to use IMGUI for a little while. Just going to use IMGUI for a bit, and we'll deal with text later. Yeah, and most of the game, what was cool is most of the game code didn't need to change at all. It just needed to adapt to the new renderer. So the whole game was working, but you couldn't see it or anything. So, oh yeah, and also because, so this is Daisy Trains C++ Custom Engine Edition. Yeah, another good thing was because I didn't know how the shaders really were working in Raylib. I mean, I knew how they were working. They were like loading a default shader, but then the way the uniforms are set in the shaders and stuff, man, I was just so confused. Well, I think the camera's a little fast on this. Camera speed, we'll just slow that down. But yeah, so in doing the like actual insides of how the renderer works, I was able to actually build the PBR like, and all the maths in the PBR shader is just like, I don't know, all this fragment shader stuff with all these like Fresnel and Schlick GGX and all this stuff. All this stuff is like some arcane rendering code and how it goes together, but it's pretty cool because the what's it called? The texture, I guess the whole pipeline of the way like the model loads in and the materials, and in GLB they're like all packed into the one file, and then it pulls out all the textures and it's like looks and says, is there a normal texture, is there a albedo, and then the shader only uses the bits it needs. But now there's actually like, I mean, you can see there's these silly normal maps on the grass, but there are normal maps, which is kind of cool. And there's like better lighting now. Well, there's actual lighting now. So all the systems are the same. I updated the rail models a bit to have like normal maps and stuff. Some of them are a bit different. Obviously all this is just like works in progress, but But like you can see the rail actually has a metallic property as the lights move around and things are lit by a skylight and an ambient light. In fact, I can change like the lighting angles. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, they're not rendering, it's not rendering its front window. Yesterday I was messing around with the like render batching system and I must have cooked that a little bit. These different things are here now. I think they've all got a little metallic on them, so they all have a little sheen. Oh, there's something. I mean, there's still bugs and stuff. It's all a bit buggy. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if it's going to drop off. There seemed to be some bug with the with some of the cargo types. But yeah, pretty stoked that it even works at all. Yeah, I was like, man, maybe on this one I was just going to stick with Raylib and just do the project. And maybe on the next one go into like actually trying to customize the render and stuff. But then I was sort of realizing how many things, I just felt like a bit of a brick wall. Especially in the graphics department, I was like, man, I just don't know enough about it to be able to like figure out how to do things through Raylib. Like, how do you do a depth texture and how do you do this and that? And then doing a bit of OpenGL, I started to see how it worked. And then I was like, you probably benefit from having, yeah, like I was like, oh, maybe I can make like a water shader that like moves the vertex shader or something on the water. And then I tried it and it was just like, just get no results. And you're like, when there's no results, you're like, where's the problem? Is it in the shader? Because the shader's compiling. And then like when I started porting the Raylib renderer, I realized that it does all this crazy stuff with batching, like in a real old school way, like all the debug shapes and whatnot just get passed into these vertex buffers that like all get rendered, and like decoding that, going into that and being like, I was like, oh, do I actually want to do this? Or is it just simpler just to like, obviously there's simpler ways of doing it. So I ended up like, but then yeah, it uncovers like, what do you actually need? Do you need all those things? And Raylib supports a ton of stuff. It supports like OpenGL all the way back to like 1.1 and Mac and Linux. And so in all the code you're going through, and there's all these if cases and defines and stuff for the different platforms and whatnot. You're reading it going, oh man. Anyway, but long story short, it's fascinating. And plus the use case in this game is like pretty straightforward. Like I made a thing called a render object, and these batches of render objects. So every object that gets loaded into the game gets loaded, like every renderable separate object gets its own batch, and then when it gets called to render, they get put into big lists, and they just render one at a time, so there's never any switching of models. Like it doesn't go like this rail piece, then this one, then this one, then this one. It does all the curve ones, even breaking these down to like the sub meshes or the sub materials or whatever. At least I think that's what it's doing. In fact, it's not, because I haven't finished it, but anyway. Yeah, I was really close to like, I was looking at it and I got to a point where I was like, man, I should just use SDL because it's going to handle so much stuff. But then I was like, wait, SDL has its own rendering functions? It's like got its own texture drawing functions and image loading, and I'm like, well, how do I know what SDL's doing and what do I need to do myself? You know? Yeah, no, it is definitely like it was touch and go. I was like 5 days into this overhaul, going like, this is not happening. There were like whole sections where I was like the you get to a thing and you're like, oh, that's right. I put it in the camera file, but I was like, I do a screen to world ray, and I'm like, just looking at the ray level and going, okay, that's not so bad. And then the world to screen thing, and you're like, yeah, and then you got to get ray collision box, and then you're like, get ray collision mesh, and you're doing like, it's literally iterating over every triangle in the mesh and doing it for hundreds of meshes. I'm like, oh, dude, is this for real? Oh, this get ray collision triangle. Even in Raylib, this one just has a header comment at the top. This comes from this Wikipedia article. Like at some point, no one knows what this shit is. And I had to get a lot of help with the Copilot. So I was like going, dude, this is not a good idea and this is not going to work. But then suddenly like it started rendering and making sense. And I was like, oh yeah, well actually. And at the same time, I'm sitting here looking at a game that's not really working. But you know, what are you going to do? Those normal maps look kind of funny. It's like actual grass blades lying on their side. Oh yeah, there we go. There's an exception. Model root node. Oh yeah. So the model is null. So who called this? We are on model index 0 of batch. What is this? Static batches. Model is null. Interesting. Oh, this one, 15. There's issues. There's big issues. It's been a major overhaul, and it's like a total mess also. Also started introducing namespaces in some places. So I probably need to like expand namespaces throughout the project. It's probably a good idea to do some tidying or try and fix this renderer. Pulled all the SDL. Yeah. There's just certain things that like you want to like go, oh, you know, I understand everything that's happening. I implemented everything myself. And then you look at like text rendering and things and you're just like, oh man, some like STB image, like SDL, everything uses that. Someone wrote a thing to load an image and it's like, no one needs to write that again. It's just not even worth it. Yeah, but then every time you do a thing that's like the object loading, the model loading is complicated, right? Because it uses the GLB format, and it's like, so there's this model struct, and there's some vectors going on. There's some dirty vectors going on as well in the code now. In the C code, there was no allocation outside of the game or the editor. Everything allocated to one memory block, and now there's dirty vectors everywhere. But anyway, meshes, materials, and then there's nodes, which have like, it's a complex thing, and it's almost unnecessarily complex. Complex. And because I'm just like, oh, okay, just help me write this thing so it works. Like I make this thing like a render object. What do I actually need to render? An object or a batch of them. I need to know the mesh, the material, the shader, the local, and the world transform. And with those, I'm like, I can render an object with these. So each model that gets loaded, all of its parts get automatically put into this batch system, which is kind of jank, but register model. So we create an object and we create a batch for it. And then whenever an object gets sent to the renderer, add model to render. It goes through the IDs, which are the yeah, and then goes and finds the right batch and adds just the transform to it, and then all the transforms get transformed at render time. But then there's this other concept of like static objects that they don't need to be transformed. They just calculate like so even this is getting into like the weeds. But when you like make a rail piece, make link, where is the actual unset model? Yeah, so it sets the model, sets the rotation of the model, and then down here is a little matrix calculation. Store that static matrix because that's never going to change, and we don't need to calculate this every frame. So there are certain things like rail, the grid cells, a lot of things, everything but the boats and the trains. Cargo containers have a static matrix, but then things like trains, and this is real dumb. There's like a train transform that has a transform. So now there's a transform, an actual transform, position, rotation, and scale. That it only needs to keep track of that, and then it'll calculate the matrix at render time for things that are dynamic. So yesterday this is a major spiel of random rambling. So yeah, I create these things called a render object batch. Do I need make a static render object batch? And then, because this does the matrix calculation and then says, hey, render the object and use this model matrix. It's funny, writing this stuff I think is good because like it's now a mess, but now you actually have the ability to optimize for your game, I think. Because like a generic system, if you try to make the system generic to handle like lots of different possibilities, and you're like, well, I'm never going to do like 90% of the possibilities, so I'm not going to have to, it's actually really, I think, I'm not good at anything, but writing, I wouldn't want to have to like be able to support infinite possibilities when they're just, not going to happen. Genie.h. So yeah, I've been in this, just keeping everything super chaotic for a little while, and I'm looking forward to going through and like making this a little bit more sane. So a render object is a render object, and a render object batch is a render object batch, and maybe a type def struct static render object batch. Nice naming. And it just needs count a render object pointer. And it can just have straight mat4s, objects, matrices, max render objects. Still not using vectors and things. Man, vectors, dude. Jesse, do you have like, oh man, I had this bug that was like killing me for like a whole day, where like you're like, oh, C++ is good because you can just make vectors for things like model loading. You're like, oh, I don't know how many meshes or materials there are, and you could do like a static array and keep a count of everything, but then the code was getting like super heinous with counts and allocations and things. So I was like, well, you just use a vector, and then this has a vector of nodes, and inside this has vectors. And I'm like, oh, I don't want like constructors everywhere and stuff. But anyway, basically I couldn't allocate any of these objects to any other variable, and being like, it would just crash. And you get like vector errors with a billion lines, and none of it makes any sense. You're like, I just want to assign the things. Oh, you can't just assign the thing. You can't just assign things to other things. These are complex things, and they got to go in inside of themselves and do checks and copies and all these things. And then I realized like I was allocating the whole game on this like raw pointer allocator, and that means C++ doesn't run any of the constructors. So none of the vectors have been initialized. And then, but if you set everything to 0, or there's probably, I don't know whether this is the same as writing like game equals like that. And does that run all the initialization? I don't know, does it blow up? I was getting so frustrated. I was like, well, these things are supposed to, yeah, there we go. It crashed. That's not a good line to... So that, I don't know, is that like initializing on the stack? But this memset 0, I'm pretty sure this memset 0 just zeroes everything out. It doesn't run the constructors either. So you have all this nice stuff in your structs with these initializations, and then none of it runs unless you construct these objects the right way, which I'm like, I don't even know. Probably doing everything wrong here, but then, you know, you just, like using C, you're just forced to initialize everything by hand anyway. So you just, I'll just leave all that initialization code in there. It's all right. What was I doing? Oh, you're rendering. Static render object batch. It could just be called static objects, but object is just not a good word. So the renderer needs another thing. Static object batch count. Still initialize it, even though it's probably not going to be the thing. What kind of keyboard are you working with, man? Render. I've been using this keyboard. I really like it, but it's got no F keys. And like when you're debugging, like stepping with the number keys is a bit weird. Static batches of like max render objects batches. We'll see. This may break things, but I'm leaving the other system in there. Razor. Yeah. Yeah, I'm tempted to go just go back to a full size like Even these ones that have like the number keys, sort of, they've got everything, but they're like condensed in with the number keys. I would always push the wrong number key. I mean the arrow key. Like, dude, we may as well just take up the whole space and have every key that you could possibly need. Dun, 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 dun. So this renderer static. Oh, did I call it them both static batches? Static object. Look at the word object. Even the word object is object orientated. Hideous. Okay, add static model to renderer. Okay. And if. So this was models. Because everything was on models before. I didn't realize that like models mean they're like the collection of meshes and materials and nodes and hierarchies. But OpenGL needs to send all the, well, you need to set all the shader uniforms and upload and switch the like vertex arrays and stuff every time the material switches or the object switches. So I was like, what if I batch every little piece? Is this a good idea? I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. You just do whatever now. There's nothing, no one to tell you. The only thing to tell you is the amount of crashes and the amount of FPSs and the amount of frame time or time it takes to do things. Okay, so what did we want to do? We've got the model, and yeah, we need a for. This is where I'm probably doing it wrong because I'm getting the model meshes.size. Because I don't know that these should be broken into materials. Yeah, because right now the mesh, that's probably why it's not drawing the front thing, because that is part of the other mesh. I'll see what happens if I go materials, but materials don't hold, do they, anything really helpful for us? Let's find out. Go away, debug. A material, do we have, all it has is material information. Because when I'm creating these objects, the material doesn't know what it's applied to, does it? How does the mesh know what material to use? Is this all to do with the node? The mesh index, the parent index, that doesn't even know what material to use. So how does it know what material to use? I'll have a look at what I put together for the models. Draw a model. So this is where all this chaotic stuff happens, where it's like model root node. It's greater than 0. Yes, if there's a valid model node, then draw the model node. It gets the parent transform of the local transform. Yep. Then draw model mesh. Materials, mesh material index. Okay, so this does, the mesh has and material index. Yes. Okay, so that's important. What I want to know is when it loads the train, does it create a mesh for the windows? Or for the, actually we've got this new hot feature called log.txt. 41,000 lines of log. I'm gonna find like rail. Okay, rail flat. Should break these up really. Loading gear, process material. So this got 3 materials. Has 3 primitives. Mesh 0 has 3 primitives. So did that mean it created 3 meshes? Man, let's go and just check this out. So when we, load the train engine, have a look. This is all probably unnecessary stuff, but this is the other cool thing about C++ is it steps you into things like string loading. Okay, we make a model. Okay, the model has meshes size 4. Okay, so created. Oh, the debugging sucks. So there's 3. The mesh. Do we have a name? Material index 1, material index 1, material index 1, and then material index 2. So that's the windows. So it is technically a new mesh. It's a mesh object. Okay, so the meshes is okay. All right. If this doesn't sound like it makes sense, it's probably because it doesn't. Mesh material index. Okay, we are getting the material. Yeah. Local XF. Okay, so we'll just do the same thing. We're adding the static thing. Oh yeah, we don't want to do this. Meshes.size. And all this is probably the same. I'm just gonna make this copy of this because it's mostly the same. Object equals renderer dot object count. That's register model. Sorry, wrong function altogether. This is add model to render. Yeah. Add static model to render. Okay, so the ID is render objects ID I. Yes, we go through the model render objects. We get the batch, and we're going to go static object batch. No, static object batches, and we get the ID. And we make this a static render object batch. If batch.count, render batch full. Otherwise, batch object matrices equals the model matrix. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And then we need to fix the render code for static batches. Okay. We need to write another one. Render static object batches. Usize. We'll continue with the batch index. Whoops. Renderer dot static batch count. Is that? Yeah. So we go through every possible static batch, and we say, oh, that's right. We just need to be. This is not quite correct because they don't work in the same way. They don't work in the same way. They're not all built we need to, they're not just explicitly built. They could be. I guess this is a good point because maybe we make a render batch for both. It's a bit wasteful because this is is that only 128? That seems bad. Max models and batch. Yeah, this should be something way higher. Oh, we'll let it crash. Dun dun dun. Maybe we will register the model. Does this create a new static batch? That object. To do wasteful creation of batches for both dynamic and static. Could this be one thing? I don't know. Static render object batch. Ref batch equals renderer dot object batch static. Call this static render static batches renderer. Static batch cap. Oi! Static object batches. This is the thing when you just go ham. Oh yes, fun dimensions here. Well, alright. I could recap what's going on just for you. Or we could go watch the beginning of the stream. No, I'll tell you, I'll give you in broad strokes what happened. We built daisy chains with C and Raylib, and we had little boats going. And then I decided to try make it without Raylib. So I got rid of Raylib and rewrote basically the engine. And it kind of and it works. It works again, and now we got better rendering, and we're in C++. And some things are slightly broken. Some things, but we're on a good track. Hopefully. Batch, static batch count equals 0. Static batch dot object. See, this is silly. Equals object. Because now we're like iterating through each thing twice, checking if there's a thing in it. But you know, so we'll improve it later. Anything to stop updating uniforms. So yeah, so this is now the same add. We just add it. We add an instance, and then we go to draw it. We just do all this exact same code, but without the transformations. So we better get the static render. What is it called? Render object, static render object batch. I feel like this is just like one if check. We're never going to finish this project. Excuse me? How dare you? I'm never going to finish this project. No, don't worry. And also I have managed to produced like 4 client videos in the last month as well. It's been busy. We've been busy. What were we doing? You're like, dude, why are you rewriting the engine? Yeah, that's it. We get the batch. We knit the render batch. We don't worry about all this. We just do batch dot object matrices I. That's it. And that's it. And just like that, a lot of stuff might not work. It's not about the finishing. It's about the journey we're on together. Okay, we've got, okay, yeah. One important thing, we got a few errors there. In the log, we'll just note the errors, error render batch full. Just about a few thousand lines of that. We'll just delete that. We just got to make sure that we actually do this. Reset static. We need to reset the count. We need to reset the count. Render static object batches dot count. Yes. You think the okay. Render batch is full. Yeah, nah, we are. Yeah, maybe we're at chapter 2. This is still chapter 1. Say it ain't so. So why are we not clearing our static object batches? Render batch is full. Put static here. What did I write wrong? Renderer is thing, model meshes, render object IDs, batch equals render static object batch. Oh, you know what this is? This is this initialization thing. In fact, why is the other one working? Didn't we? Whatever, we'll just do it. Model batch genie renderer dot object batch count equals 0, and then static object batch count. We may have missing meshes this way because of the way I'm doing it. How have you been, Fundamench? Okay, render batches, static render batch is full. Okay. Static object batch count, static object batches dot count equals 0. Are we not? Are we? Are we? When we log the thing, the batch, static batch is the static render object batch count, static object batches, batch count, static batch, batch, render object, renderer dot static object batch count plus is probably an important line of code. Gotten a little done. Okay, this seems better. but we're not drawing anything, which seems worse. Okay, static objects not rendering. Render static object batches. For batch index, render static objects. This is with the fallback stuff, we're kind of like setting ourselves up for failure. Okay, object shader.id. Is this something we need to do when we load the object.shader equals PBR default, right? So what happened there? Render static object batches. We get here, we get the batch. The batch has one object and its parent model is the cargo ship. Why is it doing that? Why are we rendering the cargo ship? It's just drawing it directly. Parent model. Why are we drawing cargo ships? Interesting that we draw a cargo ship at all. Shader. So the object is nothing. Render frame. The batch. Renderer static object batches. Count one. What? Yeah, okay. Who's rendering static objects? I think it is in this. We call add static model to render bloody blah. So maybe we'll just go here. I think this is the first call. Writing workshop. The rhythm. The model. Okay, so this model is everything's so small and unreadable. Terrain flat grass, right? So meshes.size, we don't know. We do. Capacity 1. Render object IDs. Capacity 1. Static batch. Render static object batches. The batch object, the parent model is the cargo ship. Alright, so that's why. That's why. So we create an object, we make a batch for it. Oh, again, we're doing this. The wrong count. Just kept putting it onto 0. Oh, we're back. We're back with static models. And then I wonder if everything's actually rendering. Well, this train here seems to render its window, but its wheels are in the wrong place. So those local transforms are not so good. Let's find out. I think this is going to be a mess. Yeah. The local transforms are weird, and this one doesn't have a window. And then the train disappears. Yep. Yep. So everything's basically working as expected. That works. That works. It's only one thing, but the local transform is weird. Oh, what is it there? This calls me a feature update, add static models, port, you can't find the port? That seems weird. Do we have some errors? Cargo ship loaded, cargo black. Port. We're not loading the port. Okay, interesting. I stopped the port loading. Pixel count. Oh, shucks. Oh, that's right. The port was loading and crashing. Oh yeah, the render object IDs. Why is this do this? The port, this is the thing that's like $55. For some reason I cannot push back one. This is another vector error. Why can I not push back an object ID? I don't know. Why can I not push back an object ID? It's an integer. Why can I not add it to the end of the thing? Can I not say like to size equals model meshes dot size and say oh, is it doing this for every go round? No. And then go model render object IDs dot resize to the size. Does it still crash? So this has become, it's very, yeah, okay, no, cannot do that. We cannot, this confuses me so much. The model is still a thing, right? Has meshes. And now there's this train engine. It doesn't like any of it. Alright, maybe that's bad. So what's the point of vectors if they just crash all the time? Alright, well, we'll just, again, I mean, I need to go through and clean it. I thought maybe I clean the project up, but, you know, I got excited. I wanted to stream. I finally got a day off. We've delivered this video yesterday. I was like, oh, yo, we're going to stream now. Woo. It's hard to know also without proper profiling whether these changes are actually... Oh, that's right, and things are now broken. Oh, we needed to... Maybe we do need to do a matrix multiplication. Maybe we do need to do a matrix. That's the point of them, yeah. They make your life easier. That's why it's funny with C. You're just like, it can only do what it can do. It never does anything that you don't know what it's doing. It does give you funny errors where like memory overflowing from one object into another and changing the data on that. That stuff's kind of fun. Like you figure that out. This one you're just like, Vector, do a thing. And it's like, nah. But please. Where do I get the local transform from? Where do I get the transform to scale? Oh, this is the old one. Render object batches, local batch object. Okay. I guess I got to do 2 of these. Matrix times equal batch object model. I'm in the I keep going back to the old stuff, trying to do stuff. Yep. Okay. Map for matrix equals batch dot object dot batch dot object matrices I times batch dot object dot local transform. Is that going to help? This is going to help us. But still, C++ offers so many good... Oh yeah, true, okay. Now the... Okay, so that's interesting. Now the wheels on the thing are in the right place. I don't really see it. But the wheels are on the right place, but the windscreen is not. Wow, that'll... Nice. Oh, the gleam. I did all this just so I could have gleaming things. Alright. Some small bugs there. If I put that there, that's there. If I put that there, that's actually there. As you can see, that's there, that's there, that's there. Pick up and put down and pick up. What about a boat? What about if I did this to do that, and then it's going to pick up again, but don't worry about all... Oh yeah, nah. Oh yeah, nah. Whoa, what did I do? I messed up that again. I think rail deletion is... Yeah, oh! What causes this bug? Builder update. Node adjusted selected node dot world position. Oh, we need these old daisy chains musics. Dum 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 dum. Oh yeah, behind the times with video devlogs as well. Gotta make those entertaining devlogs. But why? We do a stream and devlog and do all this stuff for a game that we're never gonna finish. No, we've got to put some... I have to because of life things. Otherwise I'm going to be editing people's videos for the rest of my life. If there is not a current node, select the one under the mouse. And current node. And current node. I like there's 2 current node checks. Oh no, I'm getting a phone call. This is the harbinger of doom, the person that never stops calling about video stuff. Dude. I'll actually bring this up. I don't know if this is interesting to you about it. Yeah, never-ending game means never-ending content. That's right. Why? It's never too... Finishing the game is never the plan in the first place. So yeah, we had this hectic deadline to deliver this video last night. And then, of course, they don't... I say, okay, what formats do you want? And then they're like, oh, we want a ProRes file. It's like, okay, that's a 20 gig file. So I send them the ProRes file. And then this morning we get an urgent request. We need a file for YouTube because that's where we're publishing it. I'm like, right. So why didn't you ask for a YouTube file? Why did you ask for a 20 gig ProRes file? Oh, yeah. We're just learning this now. Oh, come on, man. How many music videos have we done? Let's output this thing. You see some of this crazy imagery. Go buy it. Slideshow speeds. Actually, I probably shouldn't be live streaming this because the video's not out yet. It's coming out tonight. Whoops. Don't worry, I'm going to program a lot of stuff wrong. It's primarily going to be programmed wrong. So how is node 1 if... Okay, so this mouse button right, else return. Maybe. Just return, buddy. Yeah, I get so... Are we getting so fired up on these jobs with this dude? Because he's like... They're creative jobs and the guy's like not... they're not like... Let's just say they're not paperwork centric. So it's like, how long is the thing? What are the specs? What's the size? What's this, that, and the other? And then you get right to the end. Like, we need it today. It's like, so what are the details? Oh, we just, and it sucks because in professional work, like, the less stuff written down, the more people keep changing things along the way. You're like, I don't remember us ever agreeing to that. Oh, yeah, no, that was always the case. Was it always the case? Show me the email. Anyway, sorry. This is supposed to be the fun Bob Ross game dev stream. Okay, so everything that I did so far has been wrong. It's kind of funny though. You can draw kind of cool pictures with just the rail. That's like a hand doing like a, hey, cheer brother. It's like a hand doing a cheer brother. Like that. Like, yeah. Yeah, I was saying to the guy just now on the phone, because he's like, oh yeah, they just sent me a message. They need this YouTube output urgently. And I'm like, if you're working with like, I worked with this producer once and she was like real hardcore. She was really on the side of the production people, i.e. us. And anytime the agency's like, oh, could we also get this deal? She'd call me and be like, we're going to get more money for this. And she'd just force them to pay for everything that they asked for. I was like, yo, when you do it on your own, you never do that because you just don't want to be that much of a, you don't want to be mean about it. Does YouTube censor? I don't know, man. Wait, that was foreboding? What do you mean? What's going to happen? So my static batching is just not working. Maybe I'll go back to the old system just to make it 0 and 1. Because at least this one worked. I mean, I say that and then I'm like, Render a model batches. Batch equals, oh, the ID. Can I just go model ID? Is that going to be this technically the same thing? Just don't get too fancy. Oh, the train. What happened to the train? World transform, parent transform node. Error reading characters of string, model node equals node. Model.nodes. Whoa, what is all this? Why are these sizes so big? What is this model? This doesn't seem like a real model. Who called this? Terrain flat grass. Meshes size. Whoa, something's gone wrong. Oh. Oh yes, we need to do this. Model batch registration. What did you put in the Discord, and why can nobody stop you? Alright, this should, according to my calculations, just be everything back to normale. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Oh, did I stop the ports from loading? So if I try and build a port now, it's gonna like crash. Oosh. Alright, perfect. Perfect. Everything, as you can see, everything's totally under control. Don't come up on my main screen. I mean on the streaming screen. Ugh. Oh, okay, that was heavy. Yeah. I'm gonna have to personally censor your brain. If I just, maybe if I read out the log line by line, it'll reset your brain and you'll forget what you saw. I better upload this file. I was outputting this file in the BG. Whoa. Hey, don't look at my gallery. Sorry, this is a little off topic. Is this gonna play? Well, there it goes. Alright, alright, alright. Hey, don't look at that. No one watch. No one listen. Alright. Upload it to Dropbox. Two minutes. Okay, we're back. We're uploading. Let that cook away. We've got ports back. Maybe we need the watermelon. Should probably load the watermelon. Models load watermelon. And then let's matrix GLM translate the matrix across by like Vic3. What is the offset? V3 west. Well, let's just set it off by the offset unit. And then render add static model to render models dot watermelon and the matrix. Yeah. Let's just check that the watermelon's rendering. What's the problem? The model is null. What is the model? Model count is 1. The model doesn't exist. Oh. Does it say .obj? It does. This is not what we call a productive stream. This is a reintroduction stream. Let's prototype. Places. No. Watermelon. There's no watermelon here. Why is there a watermelon? None of this has anything to do with anything. Oops. Objects. Watermelon. Why is it in that thing? Oh, yeah, perfect. Oh, the watermelon. Where's my watermelon? We've got problems. Textures. Watermelon. Well, there's a watermelon. Bake. Did that work? Nothing works, eh? It's a hand-modeled watermelon wedge. We're not going to be able to load the watermelon. Unfortunately. Yeah, no, sorry. There's no point to any of this. We're not doing any model loading, are we? Unloading. We just load them to the GPU and never unload them. Is there an unload function? Models, unload model. Delete the buffers. And textures unload. Models. Unload model. Oh, this is dumb. not doing anything of actual value, but you know. Oh, yep. Yeah, well, I had this idea. I was like, oh, maybe who's... Now what? Oh, because I'm still calling the draw the bottom. I had this idea that the different cargo types would be actual interesting things. Like watermelons. Ages ago, and I made a watermelon. I was like, yeah, there'll be a little watermelon spinning above the different cargo types. I'm like, oh, maybe there's just colored containers. We just need to forge ahead. What do we actually need? What needs to happen next? Now that we have all this great stuff. What was it that made daisy trains magical in the first place? Okay, so I can't. We need some puzzles. We need a whole reason for the game to exist. The keyboard and switches is a shadow... What is it called? Oh, I better send this video. Whoops. It is a Maker Shadow X. And the switches are... It's actually this one. That one within the switches are Budgerigar. I got it off Amazon. It was pretty cheap. Although, and I love it. It's a really cool keyboard. I just wish it had function keys and a page up and a numerical thing, and it was a full-size keyboard. Yeah. Oh, and it worked, because right now it just stopped working. Oh, yeah. So yeah. I mean, we've got everything we need. We've got all the ingredients. We've got all the ingredients to make... Oh, whoa, is that rotation weird? It is. Look at them go. To make daisy trains great again. Oh, I've got a Newfie sitting right here. And I think I'm going to sell it only because since working on this one with the bigger keys, this was like, I don't know, once you get used to this one, I found I made less mistakes, but I just found it too clustered. Now I can't go back to it. So I'm thinking of getting rid of this and getting a full size of some description. Got that Epo Maker 1 on a deal on Amazon. It was like 70 Australian dollars, which is like 40 US dollars or something. It was super cheap. Oh yeah, I learnt this trick. I was watching a Jonathan Blow stream. If you don't know him, he's a programmer. And because this slowing time used to go in like, it'd just go less. Newfie. Oh, I'm not getting rid of the doggies. Instead, the like time scale like keeps, or you can see the train start to go. It just keeps slowing down as a percentage of itself each time, so you can get real in there. Yeah, I thought I wasn't going to like the low profile, and when I used it exclusively, I found I didn't make many mistakes, and it was like it was a good time. But then, you know, you see a keyboard on special saying, oh, maybe I'll just get that one, and then this one, I don't know, something about it has become my favorite. Okay, we can go up here and do the thing. What if there was a little thing there, and then we had a little stack there or something? Oh, what about ports that are too high? I think I'm going to give the player the ability to make ports. What we need to fix this transformation, but what we need to also do is have trains that take different lines or something. Because say if we wanted a train that like came up here through here, but went that way, and this one went that way. I thought of implementing switches, so like when a train goes through a switch, it switches a thing. Like if there's another option for it. Right now they're hard set, but I was like, oh, what if it, and also the thing's not rendering that would show you that, but what if they went through a switch? Yeah, I need to have a coffee and whatnot. How long have we been going? Got through 2 hours without actually achieving anything, which is pretty good going. Okay, don't unload the watermelon. Good call. I would just say if don't worry about all that. So the renderer, I thought we were doing this ZXY correctly, and that's why we were getting ZYX. Let's do more tests. So having a, oh, I get so confused over this editor. Okay, one of these, one of these, one of these. So the rail goes up this one and down that one, and then up this one, and then down that one, and then up this one. Whoa. Okay, that one works. Okay, that might be the correct rotational matrix rotation. Log console getting in the way up there. Relative info, batch info. You could have traffic lights. That seems like, I don't know, I kind of want it to be still fun, you know, or not just like, I don't know, this isn't trying to be too much of a full simulation game, you know. So I still want to be puzzly and have puzzle mechanics. It's not so much like a full train simulator. Oh geez, I love the way these rails gleam. In fact, the rail models don't even line up, and they're different. Like the flat ones I modeled in a textured in a different software to give them those gravelly bits. Are the normals working on there? Yeah, they are, buddy boy. Oh yeah, little low lighting. Wow. Little low pink lighting. I don't know why that button doesn't seem to open up a light thing anymore. Oh yes, now that is a good look. That's the quadruple A quality that we were talking about. The other thing is needing. Are there going to be such things as corner stations? Is that crazy? Oh yeah, that looks really nice. So that's the ambient light. There's a little ambient light. That's with no ambient light. A little bit of ambient light. And then a little bit of regular light. I think there's definitely some shading calculations that are all weird. Oh yeah, a little purpley guy. How nice. I feel like the whole fact that there's lighting at all is like really incredibly something I thought might never happen. But look at Daisy Trains. It's out here just being itself with all its little cargo containers. Yeah, these cargo containers, like, we'll be able to texture them. It's interesting. Lou was looking at some ideas for art styles, and like, she was coming up with some pretty cool little concepts. And like, I thought for the containers, because they should have little stripes along them, but they could just be straight up little boxes, and then you could get the detail from the texture. That's right, the day-night cycle with the train headlights. Definitely have thought about that, and that's part of my... Let's try and get a boat going. Hey! Sorry, I'm jumping about. Yeah, that's definitely been part of the musings. So if we put a stack there... Oh, I've made a grave error. Maybe not. So we're going to need somewhere for the train to pick up from. Maybe we're going to have like a... What color? Pink cargo, of course. Go straight. Man, I really need a... Okay. And then one there. Hey, where did it get cargo from just then? Did you see that? And now it won't drop off. It's all gone backwards. Something like if I build the stack first. Yeah, I love it going up and down the little like there does. Yeah, buddy boy. Oh. So yeah, that's an interesting conundrum. Let's build another level. Must be something... I don't know why I'm doing this. This is just a bad idea. Okay, what we need is Okay, we'll do the resource first. Black cargo. We'll put a thing there. Put a thing there. We'll put a port there. Now watch these systems roar into life. Pick up. Oh, you know what we need as a matter of most urgency is the train follow cam. Yes, okay. Okay, now we'll get another level going and we will put a little porto. I guess that's got to put one there. And then, I don't know, we'll put one. This is a really interesting, the buttons. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. This isn't a very interesting train route, but whatever. Say we'll make it interesting with some sort of obstacles in the way. Whatever. But first, show us the scope of the game at having lights or small simulated people inside the carriages. Yeah, well, right now everything is cargo related. Okay, we got a ship. I don't know why it's facing that way though. It should be facing the other way. You know, I was thinking about these boats. I was like, aren't these boats silly with these containers stacked up like this? And then I watched a little YouTube doco, and it was the new biggest ship in the world for cargo container haulage, and it was carrying 21,000 cargo containers or something. It was like 12 stacked below deck, 12 stacked above deck, and then like 40 rows of that or something. I was like, what? Oh, yo, but our systems be working. So now we can, I don't know I don't currently have the ability to filter the trains right now. So they're just like going to always pick up and always put down if they can. So this will start like sending things back. Only because the little menu drawing thing is broken. Yeah, the little boats. Also, the boats are so slow. I know, we're looking at it, you're like, that can't be 20... You're like, that can't be biggest container ship. So this one can hold 24,000. Oh, look at this, the website's dedicated to it. Yeah, these ones that like... Oh, whoa, it says where it is in the world? Oh, it's coming around the coming around the Guinea-Bissau. It's coming around Sierra Leone, the African coast, the Ivory Coast. Yeah, man, that's a lot of containers. So I was thinking the containers could get smaller. Thought everything gets smaller. Yo, Pinus Tech Tips. We're back, and we've got a we've removed Raylib. We've got a custom renderer. We've got a custom engine, actual this time. We've got cargo ships. Oh, yeah, this guy's broken over here, so we won't worry about him. We're moving things from one place to another for some reason. It's the daisy train's way. Ah! Oh, is this going to all be... Oh no, I pushed escape. Oh, dude. Yeah, we got rid of Rayleigh. We moved to C++ as well because we just couldn't handle the matrix calculations with with C functions. So we folded and went to C++. Yeah, it was a hectic thing. I had to employ the help of a little bit of ChatGPT to help me with these like model loading functions and stuff. That was really chaotic. Yeah, well, the procedural mechanics thing, like, I mean, this is based off a Game Jam game, which was a puzzle game that had, just a few levels that were all like handmade. Oh, whoa. So yeah, this is the original one. Oh, it's so cute, isn't it? Isn't it? A little cute little game. And that would unlock the next level. And they were all kind of like, I mean, they weren't very well designed, but they were sort of hand designed levels. So you look at it and be like, all right, I need to pick up and I need to drop off and I need to pick up and I need to drop off. And then you just kind of have to figure out how the rail went. And then chuck a train in there. Yeah. So, like, the idea that it's like Transport Tycoon or something, where it's an actual simulation. I think, like, oh man, it's so epic. This is so epic. It was made in the 90s in, like, assembly. Oh yeah, this kind of thing. Because it's got all these, like, traffic light things and train orders and different... You take different things to different places and then they get converted into different things. All the goods and stuff. Whoa, what happened? Oh yeah, we're back in. Oh, look how buggy the trains are if you like switch windows or something. So yeah, I think I'm still going to keep it in this. Are there still hotkeys? No. Whoa, why is it so buggy? Yeah, and then I open a level. So I'm thinking of keeping it on this same tack. Although I do love a bit of Transport Tycoon. And like, so each level will have... Each world will have lots of levels. And they've got to interact with one another. And you've got to solve the puzzle of each little island. How to move the cargo from one place to another. And get it to the next island. But like the part of the problem I was facing was like being able to say, design this level. Say you want to put all these worlds around and, you know, build out your little islands and do whatever and put all the resources and stuff. then I was like building a load save system to like load the, obviously you don't want to, you need to save these files down, but like the load save system breaks every time you change anything in the code. So it's like, this is part of the reason that it got moved over to this custom engine, is to then be able to import some JSON library. Sorry, I'm really getting in the weeds here, but a better save system, so I can like save down to different files, and then if the files break, then I can go in and edit them to make them work or whatever. What is this music? And so yeah, then can actually like commit to ideas and have some test worlds, and worlds that grow rather than become broken. Once you add like, because there's no like way to save ports right now. Why is that down there? Oh, does that still work? Huh, it does work even if it's off level. Everything's pretty manual at the moment. And I thought like, because Daisy Trains was like, had, each stack could only handle, would only accept certain cargo. But I was like, in this one, maybe the cargo gets all mixed up. And the idea at the end of the level or at certain places is to sort the cargo into the different colors. And you can tell the trains to only pick up a certain color or whatever. And then you've got to distribute them and drop them off. And maybe there's some interesting puzzles there, I don't know. It's kind of annoying to set up every time. It's all very manual. Oh, you know what we need is, say there's like a thing up here. We go around. What is this? Where can I build a stack? What's happening? Oh, you can. It's just not drawing. Oh, but it's just bugging out. Rail mode. Yeah, so there's some puzzle like this or something where you got to get from up here to down here. Oh, tunnels. We need tunnels. Create a modular enough save system where even you add extra features, you can still save them and not break. Yeah, that was the problem, is the old way the world would save. It would literally go through each level and then hard write the binary data of the grid and all the cells and all the rail grids and all the rail information and the cargo information all down into a file that was like, a block of data. Work for me, man. Maybe it's not going to work. Oh yeah, like it'd just, it'd have like a block of data, like the grid, the cells. And because it's not actually, when you come to read it back, when you save it in this order, you have to then read it out in this same order. And if any one thing moves by one or something, then all of the load and save functions have to match exactly. And then if you save the data and then you load it in a different order, then it doesn't work. So that's why I want to try this a JSON loader or something, saver and loader. So the files A, you can read them, edit them, and then also you can load them more modularly. Not. Oh, is this game instance still running? Yeah. Oh yeah. So this, I need to be able to like create random stacks of stuff in the world. Like I need to be able to get this storage and say, hey, add like a whole bunch of cargo to it or something. Because right now the only actual place to get cargo is from a resource like this guy. Oops. What am I? Yeah. Train. I go that way. Yeah. Pick up the white cargo. Drop it off. Then he's going to move that over there. Yeah. Maybe we need these cargo ships with like mega capacity. Oh, he's not going to unload because there's nothing to unload to. Beep, beep, beep. And then I thought there should be like cargo yards like this, and they're all connected and they can act as one giant one. And if you put a station anywhere near any of them, it connects to all of them or something. I don't know. Put stations everywhere. What happens when we do this? For one thing, you can build rail through buildings. I think it's just going to keep picking up from this one and then dropping off from that one. Oh, it didn't even... Oh, there's no actual station on that one. What if we built a station? Oh, we can't build one there. Yes. But if we were to put like cargo there and green cargo there and purple cargo there and... Oh, these are not retroactive? I like the idea of these like condensed levels though. Oh no, I'm out of stations? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, day-night cycle might be good. Oh yeah, a little low light angle action going on. I did have a way to change the light color, but I broke it. A little evening light. And then all this could be, and then all this would be water. Daisy trains, you've grown up so fast. Oh, that'd be cool if you could drive a train through the port. Like there's room for the train to go through it. Whoa, what did I do? Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, what's going on here? Now you're picking up and dropping off and dropping off and picking up, eh? It would be cool to make a simulator game, but I feel like there's a lot of simulator games and maybe something like this that's a little bit more like constrained too. Oh, am I doing the old put that there so it's totally unusable for capturing later? Ding, 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 ding. It's gonna review. Oh, I can't see it and see that. Also, this window is resizable. Seems to just work. I don't remember actually doing anything fancy to make it work. Let's have a look at the notes under here. The notes. The notes. I can't actually read the notes. We'll put the notes here. Do you need to be picked up by a train? Are you a piece of cargo? Okay, get feature on sell. I don't know what that means. Gameplay get feature on sell. I don't know. Sort stack containers into colors for rendering. I think this is a work in progress actually. Rail long drag system. Okay, I haven't got that. Rail UI and options for debug drawing. I don't know what that means. Design concern is whether or not all the levels connecting to one is another is a really good idea. Well, there'd be, my hope is that it would be, each level feels like a puzzle, but then the greater world has a greater puzzle. And hopefully it would be designed in a way where kind of, there are certain things that are baked in that help you or make sense. Yeah, it could get complicated real quick. You're right. Allocate trains, variable length. Why is that a priority? I guess it's a priority. Remove trains. Game art tech. Solution looks best for dynamic terrain. Okay, marching cubes, yeah. Editor. Serialization of all game data. Yeah, this is the actual one to do. These ones are important. The loading and saving of level data. Editor debug text and options box toggle. Oh yeah, I think I got that. This is actually... improve editor UI with IMGUI. Yeah, no, totally. Well, this is the thing. I mean, we've got to discover the game in making the game and playing the game. Because there's nothing's locked in, like things can change. And we discovered that on the original Daisy Trains of like, what the hell is this? And then we're like, oh, they go between the levels. Oh my God, it's so much fun. This is obviously adding complexity. Now the rails can create more complex rail loops. And then we're going to have multiple trains on levels. And we're going to need little switches and things. So we've got to keep it light, keep it fun. And also we've got to make it into a super wide angle lens. Does this increase your anxiety? How about this for anxiety incretion? An actual isometric camera. If you keep going, it becomes actual isometric. Look at the weird way in which it rotates. Badoo. Does that look weird to you, sir? Look at the weirdness. Oh, the rotation is disturbing. The isometric is, it looks right for the game. I think somewhere in
in between, so you don't feel like something like that looks kind of cool. The generation, yeah, I thought of maybe having like a builder where it like fills in the angles and stuff for you if you go up a level. I don't know. Pillar noise could be fun, but the levels are going to have to be quite hand designed for the puzzle elements of them, so could be good. I mean, I did think, oh, what about just like a randomizer that builds a crazy terrain and puts resources everywhere, and then it's up to you to figure out what to do with it. There were never going to be boats, and now there's boats at the moment. I mean, boats might go away, but I quite like the boats. What if stations and ports could hold a little bit of cargo in them, and then stacks become like expanders of the thingamabobs? Having this music in the game would definitely increase anxiety. None of this is particularly functional. This whole setup is like, just doesn't work. None of it works. But it's still a little bit of fun, hey? I think, well, let me put a port. Oh, sorry, you haven't been hearing my music for so long. I turned it off the stream. I was just sitting here going, what do you think of the music? What if we have a little situation like this, where we connect that one to that one, and then we have another port over here. We connect that one to that one. Did I just do a thing? Or did I just create? Oh no. That one I created, there's two boats on top of each other now. I cooked it massively. Oh, look, that's going to connect to both of them. What does this mean? Oh, these need to go up one level, yeah? That'd be kind of cool. Beep, boop. Beep, boop. I never know what mode I'm on. Rail mode. Why can I not build anymore? Have I done something crazy? I'm on that rail mode. I can't build any more stations. Is it like the total game station count I've overloaded? Hey man, how you doing? What's happening? Oh, whoa, look, it's connected the port to the multiple things once the stack has become high enough now. So look at us going. Yo. Oh, yo, we're back. I mean, everyone's sort of seeing this from a strange view perspective of like, you don't know what the heck I'm up to most of the time or what it is I'm trying to do, but I don't know what's more satisfying for the player. Is it more sandboxy, so you just kind of do whatever, or is it more like puzzly, so you get the satisfaction of the game leading you to be like, I want you to get white to this one, and then white over to this one, and then blue to this one, and then, you know, what's more fun for the player, I guess. Bit of warm light for ya, a little bit of warm sunset evening glow for ya. Pre-thought out puzzles. A challenge to figure out how to make it work, then see how many tracks. Yeah. Yes, the whole squad's here. The whole team is in fact the errors saying max, no more stations. I'm on rail mode, I'm on rail mode 1, and I cannot build a rail. And then a tunnel, and then a tunnel. Tunnel through there. Oh, I can't do it. Ah. Can I build more trains? How many more stations? What is this? I like this. This is like 18. Camera is 18 FOVs. Oh, I've got this on full screen mod. Game.cpp FOV 18. How are we doing? The frame C++ is so different to C, like the difference between C like debug and release mode doesn't really make much difference, but C++ and debug mode, if we're at like 150 frames a second now, if you put it on release mode it'll go up to like 800 or something. Like, it's a huge difference. I guess there's just a lot of checking for the C++ code to put into the debugging. So why can I not build stations, actually? Cargo. Station builder. Station in it. Create station. So station equals null. If level station count. Station equals level stations level station count. Level station count. Station count is less than level max stations. Do I have 16 total stations? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No. So why are we having station anxiety? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. No, I'm certainly not using many. Whoa, Shakazulu. Not using a lot of features at all. It's basically C code with a couple of little using references, using some vectors for like asset loading. Still using these like fixed array types, like raw arrays. Still just using structs, no methods. Just using it a lot for the vector model. The vector library is good. Definitions. Like I've just got this GLM vector. Also, yeah, that was another thing from going from Raylib to this engine. Was the Raylib colors were color Raylib were. They were unsigned 8-bit integers. So, which is odd because, like, OpenGL wants floating point colors. So every time you use a color, you had to convert it. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, so now the color's just a GLM vec4, which is, each of them are floats. So it's colors are from 0 to 1 instead of 0 to 255, which makes all the maths like a lot simpler. Also, you know how Raylib comes with a set of colors? I imported these colors. Alice Blue, Ghost White, Honeydew, Ivory, Dim Grey, Cadet Blue. Just to have like, and these are all got imported, but they get converted to 0 to 1s. Oh man! I need another cup of coffee. I wonder what's going to happen with this. I like the way the boat goes. I guess it's just going to slowly fill up every stack. I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee. I'll make a cup of coffee, y'all. Yeah, card game, eh? I feel like animating the cards would be satisfying. What is the like Yu-Gi-Oh? What is the actual game? Doom 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 doom. Yeah, that what you described there, C with maps, memory leaks detector, and operators for maths. That's Odin. Odin has all of those things. Doesn't it? Is Yu-Gi-Oh like battling with cards, with monsters? Right. Right. Building the great tower of white stacks. Are the is Yu-Gi-Oh digital? Can you play it on PC? I'm a little old. Love an ugly prototype round here. Remember when they put out that Lord of the Rings Magic Edition? Or whatever? I bought some Magic cards from like the 90s. They were probably some original stuff, I don't even know. I didn't keep them or anything. But I bought a couple of packs of those Lord of the Rings ones. And ended up getting like a valuable card by accident on one of the little sample packs. Yeah, share any janky prototypes on the Discord if you want. Including guinea pig game. Maybe should I give guinea pig game again? Did you say earlier where guinea pig game could be found? Oh, yo. Oh, yes, the Chronicles. Nah. I'm going to play it, I hope you don't mind. The guinea pigs are waking up. Not the back gate. Oh, yo, I need to get the music experience. Let me just kill the music. I think we're going to have to fight our way out. We're screwed. Did you sample your guinea pigs? I like the text. I like that the text is sized to the box. So if it's like a short line, they're like yelling it. The best fighters the city has, we're the best hope. Send a small team of you to volunteer to fight your way out the back gate. Out the back gate. General, that's insane. Whoever goes will be ripped to shreds. Let me finish. I'll take whoever stays here and some of the defense forces. Is everything still going? Oh yeah, we're all good. We're all gravy. Making a last stand like that is stupid. Okay. Oh, there's two dudes here. The red pins look like bad guys. Oh, what did I do? Yep, deploy unit. Deploy unit. Am I doing something bad? Oh, yep. Stab crab. In planning, we're deployed. Oh, yo. Oh, is this like sort of XCOM? Oh, yo, looks good. Man, I need to do this exact... Oh, okay, we're committed. Cancel. Wait. Wait. Are those like mantis shrimp? I got the little AI going and everything. Are there keyboards? Oh yeah, there are. Oh yeah, I need to steal that exact path, just the left right turning path finding. That's good. Oh. Uh-huh. You're gonna go around the other side. I love the Dimp story. I think you should voice it as well. Oh, what? Did I go back? Is there a way to go back? Where are they going? Yeah, I did read a thing about it on how it works. It's alright. I'll thinking about the rail system, you know, to be able to just pull up in it to figure out the path. These guys are just running away. Oh! We're in. Oh, was that a fight? Was I supposed to do something? Wait. Oh. Attack. Yeah, do it. Oh! Valentine got absolutely hammered. Come on, Mocha. I'm in trouble. Hiss. Oh yeah, good damage. Dodge. I don't know if dodge does anything. I like the music. It reminds me of Age of Wonders. Boom. Yes. Oh wow, if you put right mouse button, I can send them back. Snack. Ah! I wonder what's happening in Train Game. Oh yep, we're building skyscrapers. Attack! Oh, big hits. There's no way you can take on another 4 of these things. Snack. Forward mocker. Is it like when you undo your own turn? Wait. Do you need to be in a certain range for them to start coming at you? Hold the gate. I've got 2 swords, these crabs. Oh! Ah! Attack, attack, attack. Hiss, don't take damage. Oh no, we're in trouble. Oh. Oh, shh. All is lost. I failed. I cannot quit. You mustn't quit. Maybe the reset button isn't working either. Maybe it still thinks I'm on this other window. Reset. Quit. Actual guinea pigs. Are all your guinea pigs in there? What happens if I was just to speed up the gameplay code? Wow. Oh, right. Yep. Man, it's crazy to think the original Daisy Trains was like so unstable. You do basically anything wrong and it would totally cake itself. Oh, it's stuck. We're stuck on an endless loop. We cannot get any further. Wow, there's some interesting data situations. Hey, come on now. Oh my gosh, my brother just had a baby. Ooh. Well, he didn't. His wife did. Yeah, true. We have there's nothing. I was gonna ask that. How long do the Yeah, I know he's it's his third kid, so I'm like, oh yeah, all right. But no, yes, Uncle once again. I was going to ask, that was my next question. How long do guinea pigs survive the length of a game development cycle? Yeah. Zoom further, yes. Hey, wait, something is broken. Where's that train gone? Where's this train gone? It's still picking up and dropping off. What's happening? Why is there invisible trains? Uncle times 3. Oh, yep, there it went. We sped it up so fast that we lost it altogether. It's gone. It must be the rotations. A thrunkle. A dunkle. Yeah, I was a dunkle till just yesterday. A nonkle. My nonkle Tom. Get little weird errors up here. Alright, I'm not actually gonna probably achieve much on this bad boy, but what did we do? We broke the renderer and then we unbroke the renderer. We didn't really do anything. Well, it's good to catch up, good to be back in the profiling. Yeah, that's good. But actually in the game, we want to be able to ports for transferring cargo, stations to do fix stations Not building after 12 total. M stations, station filtering, stack containers. Oh, we need fix rendering of directions. Switches for intersections. To do our. Oh yeah, we're not having music. We're just having silence. Silence. Yeah, well, sometimes you just write stuff down. I think pushing the game forward is a good idea. There's a lot of fixing things. Fix building on top of other things. Improve rail placement criteria. Oh yeah, fix me. In fact, I think fix me is also a color-coded thingamabob. Stations not building after 12. Building features on top of other things. General to do better. Editor / game building mechanic. So that's all good. Prots. Ports. I don't know why I put comments there, because the comments don't actually do anything. Could probably just find that and replace it with... No, don't replace it with... What did I do? Don't replace it with model unload. Replace it with nothing. Whoa, why is that? Oh, but that's why. Okay, maybe I'll keep those in. Cargo. Stations. Ports. Ports of call. Fix me. Port connection and selection improvements. It's not great, eh? Ships. Stacks. Connected stacks. This is a priority. And this is a priority. But this is not a priority. This is not a priority. Oh, you know what's a priority? Tunnels. Note. Current focus on additional game mechanics for design discovery. Man, Lou bought this rad book yesterday. I don't know if you heard of this one. It's called A Dictionary of Color Combinations. And it's just literally that. It's just sweet color palettes. In like, there's a nice page in like pairs. And then there's like 3s and 4s. It's just so nice. It's in Japanese as well. So many sweet combos. And then it's like got a index of all the different colors that it references in there. And some swatches at the end, maybe if you want to like cut them out or something. Pretty cool. A dictionary of color combinations. Very cool, man. Very cool. Oh. Yeah, no, I immediately stole it. Go ahead, give me that. We need blah, 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 blah. What we need, you know, doing that port from Raylib to this custom engine, and I was like, Lou went away to New Zealand for a few days, and I was like, by the time you get back, everything's going to be working again, because it was like nothing was working. There'll be a whole video on all that. If I go back a few days, I recorded it all, and it was just like 1,000 errors and just nothing working. See if I can find some. Oh, it's just mega errors. Oh, and then the first time I actually compiled. Yeah, the book has, in the index, has CMYK and some other codes. I don't know what they are. It's, oh, excuse me. That was me in a recording. It took like days to get anything on the screen. But yeah, having those like a time period, like in this week we're gonna get a game jam game done or something, like giving yourself those things. Kind of need to keep those up to make progress. Otherwise you end up noodling around forever on stuff. Dude, there's so many days of just looking at code and nothing on the screen. Oh yeah, this stuff where it's just like, oh, we got debug shapes going again. Yeah, getting right back to blooming square one, literally. Yeah, CMYK you could convert. I don't know what these other numbers are. It's like 055, and then a neutral grey has got 034, 139, 180, 195, 197, 221. And it's kind of in Japanese, so I'm kind of like, what does these mean? Is there a information at the very... it's in Japanese. Oh yeah, getting back to the... it'll be a fun video. And we started again. Maybe I'll go do some editing on the next video. Little 3-hour stream. I don't know, Fun Dimension, you may have said it in jest, but I got deeply injured, deeply wounded by your insinuations that the game might never actually be completed, and so I'm here to prove you wrong, if nothing else. Somebody's probably digitized this book. It's very cute. What's it called? A Dictionary of Color Combinations. I think there might be a second version. Volume 2. Oh wow. Someone's made a website of the swatches, which is interesting. This is I'll paste this in the thingamabob. Oh, this is still okay. We're still running. That's the swatches and hex codes. Oh, what are these? Oh, combination, and it's got the combinations when you click on them. That's interesting. And then it's got the hex codes at the top, and you can copy them. Interesting. I actually made this demo. Oh, well, I'm not actually showing you this. This is what this is. And then it shows the combos. Whoa, that's some bright colors. Oh, that's a nice one. Yes. That's what I see of your guinea pig game. Yeah, I had this whole, actually made a thing. I wonder if any of it works. How do I turn this down or off? Oh yuck, man, I'm working in Unity. This is funny. This game is like, I want to like crop myself out. So like it generates random colors, and then you have to like match the color by adding hue, saturation, different colors to it. Although it looks like it doesn't work properly. Yeah, I like that game. It was an idea for a mobile game, but I was like, oh, no one wants to make mobile games. Boom, boom. Dum 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 dum. Anyway, might skedaddle. Oh, that's another bug. There's stations. Make placing of resources is retroactively find one another. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for hanging out, coming back, and getting back in amongst it. It's been good to have a little get things back on track, man. There's like a difference, say, between the attitude towards like commercial work. Everyone's so serious about everything. There's like no fun involved. No one wants to choose the fun option for anything. It's always like everyone involved's got to be miserable. I'm like, dude, what if we did something fun with it? No, that's impossible. Can't make money with fun. I'm like, well, I want to test that and see if maybe by doing fun things, we can make fun things. Anyway. Well, I'll be back and be back soon. Be back soon. Good luck with the no fun allowed, eh? Yeah. We're doing this video and they're like, I want it to be emotional and I want people to feel real hectic and I want the imagery to be deeply, like, make you very uncomfortable when you... I'm like, yeah, I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable through this whole process. Is this what we're aiming for? Yeah, no, all good. Sorry, I only gave it a little hoom, but I'm happy to jam anything that anyone's made. I love it, eh? It's like going to bars and hearing like musicians play in small venues to a few people. Like, there's often some real magic there. There's no rules. Thanks for sticking around and hearing me ramble on about all this crap. Yeah. Alrighty. We'll see you on the next one.